Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're doing the Shrine of Secrets review for the 7th of July 2021. This is the series where we go over the Shrine of Secrets in Dead by Daylight. There are 2 killer perks and 2 survivor perks. We go over what they do, how they work, how the perk changes as you tear it up, what characters they come with, and at the end I'll give my thoughts on which ones I think you should buy with your iridescent shards. My hay fever has come back a bit today, so that's probably why my voice sounds a bit different on here. Probably be snuffling a lot. I'll try and cut out some of it if I can, but apologies about that. I don't even know if I should be doing this or not, but you know what, we are sticking to the voyage. We are still on this pilgrimage of doing the Shrine review every day. It's the 7th today, so you know, not too long left. We still got another week or so, or however long of shrines, so let's stay positive, everyone. We're going to get started, I think. First of all, we have Fixated, which is a Nancy perk, and I think it's took a while for this perk to come on the Shrine. This is a really underrated perk, I think. Yeah, and I just feel like it really doesn't come on here a whole lot. So, it's very simple. You can see your own scratch marks at all times, and you walk 10% faster, which at Tier 2 is 15% faster, and Tier 3 is 20% faster. So, it used to have it so you could only walk faster while you were uninjured, but obviously that was a bit of a weird thing to have, so they've changed it kind of recently, so now that you always just walk a bit faster. I think it's good for newer players to see your own scratch marks, to see where they go, how they work, because scratch marks do go up the walls and up trees and everything as well, so I think it's good to know where you leave them and how to, like, you know, kind of bait the killer and leave scratch marks one way when you go the other way. And I think obviously the walking faster part is really good for Sprint Burst, which was on here the other day, because Sprint Burst, obviously you have to recover that while you're exhausted and you can't run in that time, so it's good to walk a bit faster because you are recovering your exhaustion and not needing to sprint everywhere, but you're still making distance, if that makes sense. So I guess you could combine that with Vigil as well while you're at it, so you know the exhaustion doesn't take as long. So yeah, I think it's really underrated. It's very simple, but I think it's really good. It's a better urban evasion is how I'll describe it. It is really good there. Next up we have Monitor and Abuse, which is a Doctor perk, and this one is a bit weird. I feel like a lot of people don't really know how this one works. While in a chase, your tear radius is increased by 8 meters, and otherwise your tear radius is decreased by 8 meters, and your field of view is increased by 3 degrees, which is 5 degrees at Tier 2 and 10 degrees at Tier 3. It's a bit weird how it's worded, but basically you're in a chase, you have a bigger tear radius while in the chase, and in that time the field of view goes up. No it doesn't. No it doesn't. The field of view shrinks when you're in a chase. Okay, I'll get confused now. But otherwise, other than that, when you're just walking around and not in a chase and you're just wandering around, your tear radius is slightly smaller, and you get that field of view boost, which does not stack with Shadowborn, by the way, so don't try that. I've never tried that before. I don't know what would happen though. I feel like Shadowborn would probably overtake it, but I don't know. But yes, so this is really good on killers who have a naturally smaller tear radius, because the default tear radius is 32 meters, but some killers like Hag, Deathslinger and Spirit have a 24 meter radius, so if you use this then it's only 16 meters, which is crazy. And also if you put this on Michael Myers, because I think his Tier 2 tear radius is 16 meters, so in Tier 2 he also has no tear radius, which is fucking crazy. But I also use this on Legion, I use this on Oni, you can kind of use this on Nurse a little bit, but I think Shadowborn's a lot better for Nurse, to be honest. This is really good for combining with Infectious, because Infectious relies on the tear radius, which again by default is 32 meters, so if you use this perk and you down someone, you get an extra 8 meters to get people to scream, if that makes sense. So it's good for that. But even just by itself, it's not bad, you know. It's a bit of a strange one, but you know, I don't think it's terrible. It's good to like sneak up on people, make them a bit confused, you know what I mean. Next up we have Submater. I never know how to say that. Saboteur. I don't know. Okay. This is a Jake perk, and again, I feel like we haven't seen this one in a while. Basically, you see hook auras in a 56-meter radius from the pickup spot if a survivor is being carried, which means when a survivor gets picked up to get hooked, from that point, within 56 meters, you see all the hooks that are just in that radius in a white aura. Unlocks the ability to sabotage hooks without a toolbox. Sabotaging a hook without a toolbox takes 2.5 seconds. The sabotage action has a 90-second cooldown, which is 75 seconds at tier 2 and 60 seconds at tier 3, if I am not mistaken, which I don't think I am. So yeah, you can. The main part is that you can sabotage without a toolbox, which, you know, isn't too bad. You have a, honestly, 6-second cooldown. I don't know, that maybe could get lowered a bit. I'm not sure though. I think it's fine, I guess. This obviously is to be used with perks like Breakout, obviously with toolboxes that can sabo anyway. Things like that, Metal of Man, if you like Monto, and you know, things like that. Dead Hard, I guess. So it's mainly one of those that you have to have a build around it, like Nemesis. But I guess you could use it by itself. I like to use this perk when I have a daily or one of those annoying ass archive challenges to sabotage like 12 hooks or whatever. I think the daily rituals are only 4, but some of the archive ones are like 12. So honestly, that's the only time I'm using this perk. But other than that, like, you know, it's not bad. But it's mainly like a Survivor Friends one, I would say. But you can use it by yourself. Again, it does show you the hooks, so, you know, you can try and use this solo queue, but I feel like it might be a bit difficult. Like Breakout, for example, is a bit weird to use when you're solo queue, but, you know, whatever, it's fine. You know. And finally, we have a great perk that you need to buy. This is Pogo the Weasel from the Clown. This is probably one of the best general aggression perks we have in the game. I will say I think I prefer using Ruin over this, but that's just me. Basically, after hooking a survivor, the next generator you damage instantly loses 25% of its progress. Normal generator regression applies after the damage generator action. Pogo the Weasel is active for 35 seconds after the survivor is hooked, which is 40 seconds at tier 2 and 45 seconds at tier 3. Pardon me, I can feel my throat clogging up now, so I'll try and rush this. Basically, you kick a gem, after you hook someone, you kick a gem, and that gen not only does it start normally regressing, but it will instantly lose a quarter of its progress, which is crazy. If a gen is obviously 90% done, that goes all the way back down, and even if it's like halfway done or just a little bit done, like sometimes it can completely reset it, and it basically just shits on the survivor's progress. I think this is good on most killers. Once again, I feel like I say this every day, but like high mobility killers can especially benefit from this. Wraith, Spirit, you can't think of any fast killers off the top of my head, but you know what I mean. You know, it's good to just be able to have a gen just lose so much progress like that. But you can use this on normal killers. You could also use this with oppression, I guess, just to have an extra kick to the nuts. But again, I think just by itself, it's fine. You know, it's great. This is absolutely Clown's best perk. If you're not planning on buying Clown, in fact, I'll just save this. We'll get to it right now. So, which perks do I think you should buy? Pogo's the Weasel. If you're not planning on buying Clown, then you just get this now, and you don't need to worry about it, because Clown has Bamboozle, which isn't bad, but it's a bit like, you know, I think it favours other killers more than others. Some killers rather than others, that's what I was supposed to say, Jesus Christ. And also Colorophobia, which is absolutely terrible. So, this one is absolutely just worth getting now, and you don't have to worry about it. Clown's are, you know, not a very good killer to begin with, let alone his perks, so you probably just get this and don't worry about it. Fixated as well. Fixated is really good if you are someone who uses Sprint Burst a lot, if you have Vigil, but you don't need to have Vigil. But mainly if you're like a Sprint Burst user. I guess this could also work for like other exhaustion perks, but mainly Sprint Burst, because obviously you have to trigger it to you have to just press the button to trigger it and then, like, you know, use it up. So it's good if you're trying to save your sprint and recover exhaustion. It's just good. And again, I think especially for the newer players, seeing your own scratch marks is very helpful, but I guess even for intermediate players it's not that bad. but mainly path, but yeah, that's just me. Guys, that's gonna do it for me. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.